I get a lot of messages from people asking me to do a video on procrastination, to which I say I've already done one. But I also say, well, that makes making a video this week a hell of a lot easier. I'll just rehash what I did before. Ad revenue. It gets lazier and lazier the more views you get. So, what I don't think that I made clear in the previous video, having not seen it since I released it, which was 6 months ago, was that, you know how when you get those magazines when you're at university, like Blitz or What's on Sydney University? So cool! The editor is always some ginger chick with curly hair and glasses. She looks like she's 40 already. Prime years of her life. Those magazines... God, the one that I'm thinking of right now. One of those people that just walks into a room and says, "What's up, y'all?" It's like, dude, you're not Will Smith from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. No matter how hard you try... Different video. What is always in those things is like 5 tips to stop procrastinating and get your university work done, and nobody knows these tips because nobody reads those magazines. But I can assure you that 3 out of 5 of those tips aren't even worth mentioning. 2 of them do work, which is that unclutter your desk. Yes, there's a lot of research and evidence to suggest that if you have a clean room, you're going to focus more. That's a good thing. I've talked about it before. As does Jordan Peterson, the clean your room mentality actually does statistically make you better at focusing. That's a great thing to do. The next thing that they're always talking about is that you get some kind of blocker on your internet. And that does work also, and I've done a video on that, so we're just going to cover that. Look, obviously those are 2 good things to do. What nobody mentions is that what your brain wants to do in every circumstance, whether it's putting your finger in a wood chipper, or I don't know why I started with that example. Maybe if you're putting your finger in a wood chipper, maybe your brain at that point would go, can we just maybe go to IKEA instead of that? But in most circumstances, your brain just wants to continue doing what it's currently doing. It doesn't want to move and learn and do new things. It just wants to do the same thing because as far as it's concerned, you're winning the game of evolution because you're not currently being eaten. That's a plus. The problem is the brain hasn't figured out that you're never going to be eaten in this circumstance. The closest thing that you will have is a small dog that, yeah, maybe 100,000 years ago it was a wolf that could eat you, but now it's a Jack Russell. It does amusing tricks. That's the closest thing in your day-to-day life, unless you live in the Northern Territory where apparently crocodiles is a big deal. God, it is. Look, Crocodile Dundee is real for all American audiences, but it's only in this one area called the Northern Territory. And when you go there, you're just like, God damn, Paul Hogan is mild in comparison to these people. But what you need to know about getting your brain shifting into a different thing, especially if the task is more difficult. And most people go through life doing what is easy and fun as opposed to what is difficult and necessary because they haven't figured out this little trick that you can make your brain enjoy anything. You can make your brain excited about doing any task you can possibly imagine. Again, so let's not go nuts here. Maybe you might just be like, well, I just want to be a member of some massacre of Hindus massacring Muslims in India. That sounds like a fun thing. But in general, for your day-to-day things that are going to advance you in life, what you can do is get excited about it. What I want you to do is prep work for everything that you're about to do in your life. It's just a good habit to get into anyway because it spikes your emotions and makes you happier throughout the day. And that's the biggest win of all. Like what I'm always talking about with my housemate, who's, for all intents and purposes, a bum with a house. The reason he is a bum is because he's amused by everything. Now, I've been thinking about that a lot recently, that, yeah, I might be financially more successful, I might be more successful in terms of my creative endeavors than he is, but at the end of the day, I wake up every morning thinking, oh my God, climate change! You know, he thinks I'm waking up every morning and goes, oh cool, there's a new guitar pedal coming out. Who's the real winner? But That's why I have to mechanically train myself over and over and over again. And the thing is, if I stop doing this, it starts to disintegrate over time, which is that if I don't prep myself beforehand of doing these necessary tasks, I don't end up doing them. I end up wasting my time. I end up watching bullshit on YouTube or TV, which, by the way, the reason why TV makes you think 20% less, it's specifically designed to do that, and there's evidence behind this, that even the screen that they use, the very design of the screen is designed to hypnotize you, so you sit there watching something for longer and wasting more of your life, right? So the way that you jump out of that, first of all, is yes, they're right, just get rid of all distractions. Obviously, you get rid of the internet. That's the first and foremost thing that you do. But the second most important thing is, ask yourself why you're excited to complete the task. Because the thing is, you're always procrastinating on the things that will advance you in life. Otherwise, it wouldn't be procrastination. Otherwise, it'd just be, well, I'm doing things that are necessary, so what's the problem? The way that you get your brain into doing that is you start asking yourself, why am I excited to even endeavor upon this? And the thing is that your brain actually has a lot of reference experiences for why it's fun to do the necessary things in life. It's not only the feeling of that real satisfaction you get out of doing something substantive, where your brain feels exercised, where you feel like you've done something that will help you in the future. That's all great, but while you're doing it, because it's an intensive process normally, so say that you're writing an essay for uni, those things, because your brain is working overtime, like how you go to the gym and you feel euphoria afterwards, you get that feeling, but also you're getting this feeling of, because your brain is currently working out, you go into what Mikhail calls a flow state. You go into a trance, but not that trance where you're watching Big Bang Theory and going, oh, Sheldon, say you're in my spot one more time just for me. Yay, he did it. I can't believe this show's getting cancelled. You feel good in the moment because your brain is completely absorbed. It's not thinking about other things or going, oh, I should be doing this task. It is doing that task. You're doing exactly what you should be doing. But the way that you get yourself into that mode is by asking yourself beforehand, why am I excited to do this? And as soon as you do that, because your brain starts searching for answers that you ask it, that's pretty much all it is. It's just an evaluation system. It's constantly just thinking, is that going to kill me? No, it's just tiles. Phew, that was a close one. I thought it was a snapping turtle. If you're guiding your brain into asking it questions like, why am I happy at the moment? What am I grateful for? Why am I excited to do this? It will start feeling those emotions and will start looking for reasons for why you should be doing it. This is the greatest trick that your brain has that you can manipulate, obviously. I'm sure there's other things in there as well where, like it just goes, you can probably... Look, I'm sure DMT is great as well. What is important for you on a day-to-day basis, though, is to get these fundamentals working, because on top of that, if you're consistently excited about doing necessary things, not only will you stop doing bullshit things, but all the bad habits that you have, such as going out and drinking, going out and wasting time with your friends where you know that the conversation is going to be the same thing every time. So, do you think I have a chance with Lara or not? I know we've covered this before, but maybe the circumstances have changed. Even though it was extensive, and I'll admit, it was pretty creepy of me to go out there just naked in a clown wig saying, why don't you love me? But I think that she might have forgotten about that. It was a week ago. Those conversations you start going, no, well, actually, I'm getting more fulfillment out of this. I feel better doing these things because you're training your brain that the necessary things, like how a rat gets you can put a little pressural electrode into its brain and then you can just show it, do it going through the maze, and then you can just press the button on that little, that sieve, I guess it is, with a couple of light bulbs hanging out the side of it, and then just yeah. You can get that feeling of yeah by just asking yourself over and over again, why am I excited to do this? For any task, whether it's cleaning your house, whether it's writing an essay, whether it's, putting a pencil in between your boss's butt cheeks because you'll win $50 from your friends, that is necessary to do. It's a bonus. That is a workplace bonus. Any of these things, ask yourself that one question. So now, for your homework, so we can get this going, there is a task that you should be doing right now instead of watching this video. There always is. You know it. So instead of going and watching porn, or, do what you want, man, but if you've jerked out to the point that you kind of just spores of semen are coming out of your penis at this point, so about the third or fourth mark of the day, how about you write down, you don't even have to write it actually, let's just do this, just sit there, close your eyes and think about all the benefits of you completing that task. Think about how exciting it is going to be to do that. And the thing is that you are tricking your brain into it. That you will actually start to feel excited about it. I do it about these. I hate doing these videos initially because I'm sitting around playing with dogs and things like that, doing other things that are more fun, hanging out with my girlfriend. Sometimes I have sex with her, and and instead of that, then I've got to do stuff like this, which is work for me. Can't believe it. I hate telling people information and having fun and laughing at my own jokes. It sucks, but you still anything because your brain is doing that task. You have to get into it. I've repeated that point, but this is crucial for you to remember for the rest of your life because it is the glue that sticks together all the success threads of everything else. Because if you keep just doing these things and you just glue that one success task, that one success task, that one success task, it starts stacking up and your life starts moving into a better direction. This is the thing that holds it all together. Asking yourself why you're excited to do the necessary task. So do that now. Close your eyes, think about it for a couple of minutes. I guarantee you will be very motivated to do the task. That's what ends procrastination. I'll see you next week if I can be bothered to do a video.